Hi everyone, back down Southbourne. In daylight, amazingly. Yeah, I don't have a lot of daylight left unfortunately, so I'm going to try and set up quickly. So I thought I'd just say hello now, while I can still see you. And then I'll get the couple of rods out, some bait out in the water, get the shelter set up, and then I'll come and say hello. So catch you in a bit. Right, so quickly get this rig out. I've had to turn the light on, it's getting a bit dark already. So the rig I'm using for the main baits, 7-ounce gripper, going to need it today. It's choppy out there, as you've probably already seen. And I've got a splash down there. And, oh, hang on. Main body of 70-pound mono, probably about 2 to 3 foot long. Then we've got a bead, a swivel pulley, bead, swivel. And I think this is 40 pound on here. Yeah, some of my rigs I do 70 pound on the hook snood as well, but for today I start at 40. And I've got a mackerel head there. Bottom hook's a 3/0 wide gape. I'll link the hooks in the bottom if anyone's interested. And the top one's a 5/0 circle hook. So this is my general bass and cod rigs. And then gonna get that mackerel head out. Obviously I'm not going to be able to cast that far and the wind's pretty bad anyway, so it's a bit pot luck with this surf. But where I am now, potentially the 7-ounce gripper won't hold, so it'll put itself where it wants anyway, which I might do on the next one. But yeah, let's get this one out nice and quick, and I'll come and I'll bait up the second one. So quickly, second rig, same components almost. Only difference to this one, I've made it about a 1.5 foot length in rig body and about the same, probably up just over a foot in snood. Reason is it's rough here. I'm going to try and cast this one a bit further right into the surf. So the bottom one is a lot shorter, well the whole lot's a lot shorter, to try and stop it getting tangled. Basically it's like a washing machine out there sometimes. And that's what this is, to try and counteract. So we're going to give this a go, and rig number 2 I'll get set up and I will come and speak to you properly. See you in a minute. Right, what I will do quickly guys, because I haven't done this for a while, I'm going to show you what equipment I'm using while we can still see it. So these are my Penn Tidal XR 420s, and they're the blue ones. So yeah, pretty decent rods to be honest. I've had them for about 6 months now. Just see what the casting weight is. So 4.2 meters, and it's casting weight of 100 to 250 grams, and optimal casting weight is 170 grams. So I've got 2 of those, and then I've still got my old Shimano XSC 14,000 reels. I have 18-pound Diawa Tournement line on that mono, and I've got, I can't remember what they are, I think it's 18 to 70 pound SHOCKLEADER. Now I've upgraded from the 15 to 60 that I used to use, and the reason is basically because of Chesil and conditions like today where it's going to be a lot rougher. And potential snags in my grippers aren't holding. So another thing I'm just going to show you, I don't use tip lights anymore. I've got reflective tape. This is a Mighty Bright stuff in white, this one. You can barely see it because I put the light on. And I mark my rods. I've got 1 stripe here, I've got 2 stripes on the other one, just so I normally go for my big bait on the 1 stripe one, and then when I swap things around I don't get confused. Right, that's better. Hello, I'm in my shelter. I'm not confident we're going to have it by the end of tonight if the wind don't die down. But yeah, bit of a rough one, but that's why we're here. So first of all, I hope everyone had a great Christmas and a happy New Year. So what day is today? It is the 30th today, so we're nearly at New Year's Eve. Yeah, and there was, I was saying there's a break in the weather, just about, and it gets better as the night goes on rather than getting worse. So I'm optimistic that if I can get a couple of rods in the water now, the rest of the night should be fine. So, yeah, we're down Southbourne. So I'm going to get my phone out and I'm going to show you the conditions, show you the weather forecast. So we'll go through the wind first. So as you can see on Fridays, it's pretty bad, but from 9 o'clock onwards, it's getting better. And that's the reason I'm kind of here. And the waves, is a swell there. So 2.3 and 2 meters is pretty rough, to be fair. With the wind, it's not going to be a pleasant one. So just for a bit of context, that night where I came directly after the storm and caught lots of bass, that was a 1.80 meter swell, and the winds were about 18 miles an hour, 30 mile an hour gusts. So it's similar conditions, if anything heavier. But that night produced some great fish. So then on to Saturdays. So, you get by midnight, it's getting a lot better. By 3 o'clock in the morning, it's absolutely fine, to be honest, but I'm not going to be here that late, hopefully. Well, no, hopefully I am, because it's a great night. So just looking at tide times, the time currently is 5 to 5. So low tide is 5:15, which we're just getting to now. And then we've got that nice run up to 10:42, which is high tide there. And then tomorrow's tide, yeah, so it kind of peaks at about 1 o'clock and back up to 2 o'clock. So I'd say if we're going to catch anything, it's going to be before midnight, but we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, rough conditions. It's been awful. Like, anyone that's been trying to fish over Christmas knows exactly what I mean. It's been horrendous, like unfishable really. Bare the odd sheltered spot, I guess. But yeah, so this is the first day where it looks like I can get the rods out. So here I am. I wanted to try and do some daylight fishing, but it was a late decision once again. The traffic was horrendous, and I just got here at the time of sunset, so it didn't give me a lot of time to set up in the light. But yeah, it's nice to get some daylight at the start of the video for a change. So today's plan is bass. If it starts calming down a little bit, we try for rays a bit harder. So basically, got mackerel bait on one, I hold squid on the other. Those were the two that were catching me bass last time, so that's what I'm starting with this time. On the third rod, if I can get it set up, it's the wind and the ropey tripod, but we'll give it a go. I will start with a 3-hook flapper with some old bits of worm, because I still can't get a ragworm. And then we'll see how that goes through the night. If we're picking up small rays, because I've got small sand eel as well, I might change that to a ray only rig, and I'm probably just going to go straight sand eel today, because I've got some big ones and some small ones, so I can put some nice big sand eels on and target rays. But we're just going to have to see how the night goes really, and mainly after bass. But especially that third rod, I like to chop and change. So the bait, I've got loads of mackerel, I've got loads of squid, I've got some very, very old and defrosted, refrozen, about 10 times frozen black. So that's going to be stinking. There's going to be plenty of scent trail on that. Sand eel, and that's it, I think. Yeah, but that should do the job. So yeah, it's rough out here. My weights aren't really holding where I want them to. But that's not a problem, because they're going to find that gully and they're going to sit there. It's not a problem, they're not going past the groin, so I'm happy with that. It just might mean I'll go for 2 rods instead of 3 tonight, but we'll see. Hopefully the conditions get better, but this is fine. Yeah, it's rough, but I like it. As long as I can get inside the shelter and the shelter doesn't blow away, we're all good. So, I've got the first 2 rods out. I'm not going to leave them for too long, because the problem is I haven't been watching them, so I might have missed any bites anyway. I'm going to see if I can get a third rod set up, try and weigh that tripod down, get that out, and then I'll rebait the main 2, and then yeah, we'll just see how it goes from there, right? So hopefully we're going to catch plenty of fish tonight. We had a few poor sessions, and hopefully this is going to be the one that turns it around. But anyway, I'll catch you in a bit. So that's all 3 rods out. They seem to be alright. These 2 are bouncing around. It's almost impossible to tell if you've got a fish on, but the size of the baits, I'm hoping you're going to know, because Yeah, they're quite gentle bouncing, so I'm pretty sure they're bouncing around. The grippers haven't gripped, but give it 5 minutes. I'm going to pull them in and recheck them anyway and recast them out. But yeah, I hope, look, anything takes a mackerel head. I mean, what's going to take a mackerel head? We've got a decent sized bass, cod, a conger, potentially a ray. So they're all big fish generally, and they fight, so you're going to tell, hopefully. But I'm going to keep bringing the baits in quite often tonight just to make sure, especially the 3-hook flapper. I'm pretty sure that's going to be impossible to tell if you've got a fish on it. But yeah, great one. I mean, this is, again, it's like last time. I can't remember what the storm was called last time. I came the day after and it's still rough but good fishing. So at the moment this is Storm Gerrit or something like that. Bizarre name for a storm. But that's basically what's happened in the last couple of days, but it still hasn't really gone completely. It's just tailing off tonight before it starts again by the looks of it. So hopefully this weather window there'll be some fish about and we'll have a good session. So yeah, fingers crossed. I guess that's a blank beaten, 2 tiny whiting. Actually perfect size for baiting, but I probably won't bother. I've got lots of bait I want to use. I'm not sure how I'd rig up a live bait. It's so choppy out there. This is a 3-hook flapper, it's mangled, so these must have taken it early. My first rig I showed you tonight, the longer one, mangled as well, so I've had to change that to a short rig. And then we'll keep an eye on this, but I don't want to catch these all night, that's for sure. So one of them was on sand eel, one of them on black lug. So I'm going to chuck him, yeah, I might chuck him back in, and then we'll give it another go and see what we get really. But yeah, I haven't caught tiny whiting like this for a long time. Very strange. Well, I had a bite and ran after it then. So that was a strap conger, but he came off in the surf, which I'm actually really happy about. Not interested in them whatsoever, to be honest. That's on a 3-hook flapper. So yeah, you can tell they give a really good tap down and pull. But yeah, I literally saw it swimming back down the beach, so happy days. It hasn't mangled my rig or anything, so yeah, well chuffed. but that's the other 2 rods, quite quiet, but you know, big baits, big fish, so if I just catch 1 or 2 nice big fish at the end of the day, I'm happy. I don't need constant fish, but it'd be nice to get something soon. So it's now about 6:15, it's an hour after low tide. And then we've got the run up, haven't we? So I expect it to be slow around now, but I do expect it to pick up in the next hour or 2, hopefully. Didn't have the GoPro on, because I didn't realise there's a fish on the end of that, but this little greedy sod took a whole squid plus both hooks. I'm lucky got the hooks out quite easily actually. But yeah, so dogfish, whiting, not great start, is it? But you know, they're fish, so we're catching. Whole squid, that one, like I said, that's quite annoying, but never mind. I'm going to put another one out there because I came out about 10 days ago and the only thing getting touched all day was squid, so I'm quite determined to keep squid out today. But let's get him back in and I'll put another whole squid on and get it out there. But yeah, so at least we're catching, eh? Oh, bit of weight to that. I was quite excited, but no, it's probably the smallest dogfish I've ever caught. Literally spitting out the whole squid head there. Lovely. Keep that in, mate. You can keep that. Yeah, so I'm going to swap that over the 2-hook clip down now for whole sand eel, because squid and worm is just pulling in dogfish and whiting, which isn't ideal. So yeah, I'm going to swap baits over now, get it back out, and decide what to do with these big rods, because they're getting absolutely nothing at the moment. So maybe I'll swap for a ray bait, maybe I won't, but it's starting to calm down a bit out there now. I was hoping to have a nice bass already and haven't had a single one, which is a little bit of a surprise, but not the best part of the tide for them. So yep, gonna get some sand eel out now and see if there's a ray about. Just thought I'd show you what the Mighty Bright tip tape looks like. This is why I don't use tip lights anymore, especially in the windy conditions. It's a nightmare of your line getting caught over them, and they're forever breaking as well. But this is I've just got one bicycle light shining on the main 2, and my head torch is shining on the third one at the moment. So yeah, the first 2 I've used white, and the far rod, which is one below, that's yellow, but I'm not sure if it's showing up on the camera as yellow, but it's bright yellow in like person. But yeah, just thought I'd show. I don't think I've shown on video before, but it's really good stuff.
this is a bit quieter than I hoped for today, but never mind. Hopefully it picks up later. It's still only about 8 o'clock at night. Got about 2.5 hours to high tide, and I might fish an hour or two over the top. But no rain, no bass yet. Really weird, I pulled in the whole squid and it felt like there's a heavy weight on it the whole way in, and then I felt it ping off. So I'd normally say it felt like I lost the fish, but I didn't really feel any fight in it. It's weird, almost like, you know, when there's a big load of seaweed on it and you're just putting in a heavy weight. It was like that and it pinged off, but it hasn't been weedy at all here today, so not sure. Could have been anything really. Could have been a bloody carry bag for all I know. But I didn't feel any fight in it, so who knows. I will get the same bait back out there, and I might go back to my longer rigs because it's calming down a lot here. Same rigs but just longer, my usual ones I use basically. Just another little whiting, no good really. Bit bored of these. That's on a massive sand eel, sand eel like this big, so they're going to take anything unfortunately. I'm swapping it over to free hook flapper with strips of squid, but these are still going to take that. But hopefully the squid will attract something bigger quicker. But yeah, not even good size whiting tonight, are they? But never mind.
Oh dear, double shot of whiting. That's been out seconds. And the funny thing is, yeah, the fish I suppose, but I'd rather not be catching these. Do you know, I've barely caught any whiting all winter. I think I had one session down here, I caught 5 or 6, but otherwise, the odd one here or there really. But plenty about tonight it seems. So that was strips of squid on a free hook flapper. Yeah, not sure what to do really. Avoiding whiting is quite hard unless you go big, I think. I don't know of any bait that they're not attracted to. If someone else does in the comments, please say. But I know I've got a small rig out, small hooks. I know I'm going to attract fish like this, but I was hoping there'd be some flatties around or something else, small rays or something. That's the whole point of this rig. But I mean, I can go big, it's just we're not catching much on the big stuff. What I might try next, maybe a sand eel and squid wrap for a ray, but to be honest, this rig will catch rays. They've just got to beat the weight into it. But yeah, get these two back in, and I've still got the two from way earlier alive. They're still alive and kicking in the bucket, so I might even bait one of them up, but we'll see, keep trying. Oh, this isn't getting any better unfortunately. Another little whiting, pain in the bum today these are. They're just stopping the free hook flapper getting anything else unfortunately, which is my go-to rig to catch a bit of everything. So yeah, I'm going to do a whole complete bait change for all 3 rods. It's coming up high tide in about 20 minutes. Give it another hour and I'll probably go home, to be honest. It's just not happening tonight. Oh, never mind. I'm going to get this whiting back in. Oh, more whiting. Whiting fest tonight, that's what I'm going to call this video. Another one. I'm only showing the camera mainly because I track my fish now, so when I do a monthly update I'll say how many fish I've caught, and I've completely lost count already. I think this is 7 and 8, who knows. So when I go back and edit I can count them then. But yeah, I'm just going to keep putting a free hook flapper out and catching whiting. I've tried everything tonight and the big baits aren't working. So at least if I get the smaller baits out, I'm still catching. That's my theory. But yeah, I'm gonna get this back out with strips of squid on again, and then put the mackerel head on the main one, which I've baited up ready, and then it's all fresh baits, and we'll give it a go. Might have a fish on a bigger bait. I'm gonna check this one out.
guys, man, I've just lost a monster. God, when I picked that rod up, it nearly pulled the rod out of my hands. That's a... Oh, I literally stuck that out seconds ago. Well, a minute or two ago. Look at it, that's been smashed. Oh, I'm gonna get this back out quick. That fish, that's gonna be mine. Hopefully. Oh, I am gutted. I don't normally bang on about fish that I've lost, but my God, the power of that when I picked the rod up was unreal. That's a fish of a lifetime there. Look at that bait. Absolutely smashed to pieces. It was out for a minute. Oh, I'm gutted. I'm gutted. I probably missed the first pull down, and then I saw the end and it was still on and I felt it ping off. But it's hard here today. I mean, the waves are crashing where the sandbar is, so it's always going to be tricky, but it obviously wasn't hooked properly. Damn, damn, damn. I've just put the bait out as quick as I can get it, and it's roughly the same spot. So I'm going to sit down and I'm going to watch out like a hawk this time. I think the other rod's got something on, the 3-hook flapper, but... So I've gone up all out of salt trying to get that bass now. So I've got mackerel head on the left, half a mackerel in the middle, and I put a full squid on the right, and I've brought them all. I'm not casting them as far now, I've brought them all in a little bit. I mean, I was hoping that bass would come back and take the mackerel head I put straight back out, but yeah, it's been 20 minutes now. I think it's long gone, unfortunately, so I've missed that one. Absolutely gutted. But you know, you get a lot of fish that either you see come off in the surf, but or you think you might have lost a fish, or you think you had a bite and you didn't. But that was such a, you know, it smashed a bait. It's such a definite big hit that I'm gutted, really. But yeah, it's not often I lose fish. I shouldn't, you know, be too disheartened about it, but oh, you just never know what it was, do you? That's the thing. But anyway, I'm tired of catching all the small fish now on little whiting on strips of squid on a little 3-hook flapper, so that's gone now. So they're all the same rig, big rigs, big 5/0 circle hooks on them, and big juicy baits. So I'm going to give it an hour and hopefully we catch a fish. If we're going to catch a fish, it's going to be a good one, that I'm sure of, but still gutted. Right, so there you go guys, I think that's me done. Took a gamble, went big at the end, didn't pay off unfortunately, but yeah, gutted to lose that fish. I'd love to know what it was, but well, maybe I don't. But yeah, so I just thought I'd go big and try and hope it'd come back and try and catch it again, but it didn't seem to pay off. I think it's long gone now. So I've just put 3 new baits on, mackerel head on 2, whiting on the other, but they're 3 big baits. So while I pack up, I'll leave them out, but I can't see me having a fish on the end of them. Yeah, just got a bit sick of catching the whiting really, and they were stopping anything else coming through on that 3-hook flapper, so that's why I've gone for bigger baits. More chance of catching that big fish that's swimming around. Yeah, never mind. So that's it, that's the end of December. So come January, I might look into getting some flatties, flounder and place really, because yeah, I've had a few sessions in a row like this looking for that big bass. It hasn't really paid off, and I don't want to keep doing the same thing. I'm getting bored of it, you guys are probably getting bored of it. So yeah, come January we try and get the boat back out, and we'll certainly try and get on different beaches and target different fish, try and mix it up a little bit. But yeah, a bit good. Quite surprised I didn't have a single bass today, but is what it is really. I think we finished on 8 dogfish, sorry, 2 dogfish and 8 whiting, I believe. I'll recount when I edit it. But once again guys, thank you for watching, thanks for subscribing, and please do subscribe if you haven't, and hit that like button. And any feedback, any comments in the comment section is always appreciated too. Thanks guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.